What's up, everybody, and welcome to yet another episode of the Gotham After Show. I'm your boy Devon, and wow, what a wonderful episode, right?
Yeah.
Right? I don't know so much. David, Vi, Tommy, always good to have you guys with me. So realistically, I'm just gonna say this isn't necessarily my favorite episode. Not gonna shelter it there. But as we always have, your boy David has to go against the grain.
I don't think it was the greatest episode ever, but I mean, there was a lot of DC Comics, Batman Easter eggs in there. There was a lot of stuff to eat up and enjoy as a Batman fan.
Okay, well, speaking of Batman, we started off with a nice slumbering scene of Bruce himself laying on the couch next to the fire. Oh, such a lovely environment. Now we see him asserting himself into Wayne Enterprises, because we haven't had a lot of mention in that besides like, oh, he could be corrupt. Oh, they could be corrupt. Blah, 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 blah. And then we've seen his little spider webs in the house, you know. So Alfred is forewarning him of some danger, which I'm pretty sure is foreshadowing what's to come, you know. But what do you guys feel about what he's doing currently? Like, how do you feel about it? Because I know David was voicing himself about it. Vi, how do you feel about him going in there as the billionaire 7-year-old or whatever he is?
I think it's great, actually. I mean, like, I think that little kid kills it. And they've written some really intelligent lines for him. Like, I forget, like, the board was like, what? Oh, you're just a little kid. And he's like, that's irrelevant or something like that. And I was just like, gosh, he's such a well-spoken little kid. And I love it. But it's funny because seeing Alfred chastise him about, like, I'm not going to pick you up in a ditch or whatever. I'm just like, how can future Alfred not know that Bruce is not Batman with this little, little
he's
kid?
awfully rude to the guy that took a bullet for him.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to show some respect. The man, and he found him in the woods. We can't forget that didn't happen, because he wanted to go out there and put rocks on top of each other. I'm just saying, you got to have a little bit more respect. And how you feel
nowadays?
How you feel, Tommy?
I feel all right, a little lightheaded, a little feverish. I feel like that. I think it's ludicrous. The little Bruce Wayne is going in there and talking to a bunch of MBA holders, masters in business.
And frankly, white-collar criminals, right?
Yeah, I think that obviously it's a TV show, but like, he should definitely be having, he should be working through a conduit.
Yeah.
He should be working through like Jim Gordon or like
Alfred.
Or, I mean, like, the problem is Alfred's not on board.
Yeah.
Alfred is saying this is a bad idea. So Bruce Wayne isn't intrepid enough, in my opinion. I mean, maybe we're seeing a little arrogance, and like, part of Bruce Wayne becoming Batman is him being humbled a little bit and then using that arrogant side as his exaggerated real life persona as the billionaire playboy. I don't know. Yes, you're raising your hand.
I am, because I would just like to say that I have more respect for 8-year-old baby Bat than I do for Fish, but we will get to that let's more scared of little Bat than of grown-ass Fish Mooney.
12.
Anyway.
Let's talk about Fish then.
I got a question first, though, for you guys out there. I'm having a debate here. When he said the chemical plant, what was the name of the chemical plant that Bruce mentioned? I thought I heard Axis, but I don't remember. So guys, tweet us. Please let us know.
And I heard Wellsine, which is what it really is.
Which
so
is David's on
if
crack.
you agree
maybe
with
I'm
me
looking
and
for
Vi,
Just make fun of David. Just tweet to make fun of David.
let's go ahead and hashtag Tommy and Vi
Are right about all the
are
things.
right about Wellsine.
Well, also hashtag Gotham AS so we can actually see the statements when we look them up, because I would love to see what happens.
But if I may, since I already opened the can of worms, can I just say that I can't be polite anymore, y'all. I have never been scared of Fish Mooney. I've never thought that any of like the fear that people have for her was deserved. Oh my gosh. I was more like, damn, to like the baby Bat than I was to Fish Mooney and her like rousing like Les Miserables speech. And like she takes, she somehow like turns over, like revolutionizes this weird like prison colony in like a day and makes all these people all of a sudden want to like die and become martyrs for each other. And I'm not even scared by like that stupid business proposal that she had for like Mr. Schmidt, whatever his name was. I was just like, shoot her in the face. I don't know. I'm just like,
crates of water.
Yes.
And
she said 60 crates of water.
And a few magazines.
I would like Us Weekly.
Crates of fruit. How are they getting this water? Like pulling spring bottles? Like what are we doing?
Gallons,
with
I'm
here?
assuming, bringing a couple of gallons.
She just isn't scary. And in like all the shots, she looks 5 feet tall. She looks like she's 90 pounds.
Yeah.
She's a beautiful woman, but I'm not scared of her for a second.
Also, everyone else in that underground layer is like lumberjack size.
Yeah.
Even the one that they let get beat to death was like 6'5",
bigger guy.
250. Like these are all like NFL linebackers that are like like if they really wanted to, they could manhandle 4 guards, except for the fact that the guards all have guns that they seem unwilling to use. Which is,
right?
well, I mean, because they say like they need the bodies alive, but it's like there seems to be like some logic flaws.
Not even like trank guns or tasers, nothing.
I know.
Well, you know, either
All you gotta
way,
do is put those
Water
sandbags
guns?
in the shotguns, and
you're good to go.
Yeah.
I think right now we have to look at it as a transition out from the slums or the underworld or wherever she's at that we haven't really been told.
Yeah.
And do you think is this manager? Who do you think this manager is? Is it the doll maker? He needs him alive? Or something? I mean, it's got to be somebody. And again, guys, if you know, hashtag Gotham AS, and then continue to hashtag the rivalry that we got going right now.
Yeah, and also hashtag us if you're scared of Fish Mooney, because I ain't scared of Fish Mooney. I'm scared of Little Bat. I ain't scared of Fish Mooney.
Hey, I'm a little nervous about Fish Mooney now because the realness done came out. She found her a silk wrap for that hair, so she wasn't playing. She said, look, we going to be down in this tunnel. I'm not messing this up. You know what I'm saying? Got the little Erykah Badu going. I'm feeling it, though.
It's got the nails, too. I mean, like, those nails are sharpened to a point.
Right?
I mean,
Somebody down there is doing them nails.
I'm a little afraid.
Now, guys, I didn't want to take it here, but I got to take it here. Barbara is back. I know. Let's just have a minute. Somehow she drunk and stumbled her way back home.
Yes.
To where
Everyone's
I guess
favorite
Gordon
character.
said he dropped the keys off. So I don't know if Kat was lying again or what. I don't really trust this little girl.
No, I mean, we've seen the episode. He dropped the keys off and he left. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So we got Ivy and Kat house squatting.
Yeah.
Okay. Barbara stumbles in. Obviously cool with a couple of 9-year-olds just like chilling. And they had like a unrotten box of cereal in there. She was like, let me get some Cookie Crisp.
I know, right?
And chill with you. And so, you know, she's doing her thing. Does seeing her again foreshadow anything else that's going to be coming? Her impending death? You were referring to something about a guy killing rich women?
Well, they cast Milo Ventimiglia as a serial killer for that's going to run the last arc of the season. Basically his trying to find this guy, and he murders beautiful women. Barbara is a beautiful woman. I just also want to say as a side note, nothing ages us as hosts other than our inability to identify the actual age of the child actors on this show.
Yes.
We're like 5-year-old Bruce Wayne, he's 12 on the show. 7-year-old Catwoman, I think she's 14 on the show. 9-year-old Ivy, that might be the only one we're saying right, but we call them all, we talk to them all, they're like 6, like they're toddlers.
Well, because they're young. They don't matter.
Right, we're like,
all the same age.
57-year-old Jada Pinkett Smith.
We have no idea at this
We
point.
just have no clue how old they are on the show.
200-year-old
which may
Alfred
be
Pennyworth.
a fault of the writers. Yeah.
You never know.
You know the writers.
And now, okay, this is the part I've been waiting to get to. So, David, okay, you've had some things to say about the name that I don't want to put out there, but I'll say the Joker. It's kind of a Captain Obvious moment that they're trying to lead us in believing this guy is the Joker.
Right.
I don't know, but I did predict that we'd see the Flying Graysons, okay?
Yes.
Didn't say that we'd see Dick or anybody.
Right.
Well, I wouldn't want to see Dick on the show, but
You love to see that.
Dick Grayson, I mean. Okay, glad we haven't seen Dick Grayson yet. He's not born, you know, the timeline. But, yes, so how do you feel about the interpretation that we got of the Joker, I'll say, quote unquote?
Well, first
because
of
you
all-
walked out the room and came back on that. So I need to see what was going on.
I'm glad we got to see Dick Grayson's mother and father. That was cool.
Yeah.
The Joker, I don't think it's Joker. I don't think it's Joker. I mean, obviously, we got to look. I think the joke is that he wasn't the Joker. Like, remember he was like, this next villain is no joke. Well, I think that's the joke. They tricked us. Because nothing that this guy did ever implied that he was ever the Joker. Right. His name is incorrect. There's no origin story where Joker grew up in the circus and his mother was there's nothing like that whatsoever. And not only that, he doesn't look, I don't know what you can't really say looks like. Even the laugh was off. Like, just because he laughed, we assume that he's the Joker.
But because this, I'm going to say the same thing again, but like, this is a new show. These are creating kind of characters out of nothing. You know, we're getting certainly, like I've said on other shows, we're getting a much thinner Penguin. You know, we're getting a happier Riddler, although maybe the Riddler was always kind of happy. I don't mind that they concoct this origin story for a different Joker. I feel like the effort that they went to be that heavy-handed is typical for this show. So I think you're giving them too much credit to say that
I
this
think
is
it's
not the
wishful
Joker.
thinking.
But I don't hold, I guess, the Joker as precious. Like, I'm not like it has to be one of the, comic book, one of the iterations from the comic book. I think that having him come to be the Joker this way is fine. Like, it's a different show. It's Gotham.
And I gotta say, I mean, once again, like that kid was great. I think that actor was great. I loved like the diabolical laugh, but I gotta say that like I'm just like sad they didn't go balls to the wall with it. I mean, if he really is like this, I mean, he is like the ultimate bad guy. I mean, can you even think of a parallel in the Marvel universe, like where there's like a bad guy that like people are just like that obsessed with?
Dr.
Yeah.
Doom.
He murdered his
Yeah, no,
mother
he
with a
got-
hatchet
I
in this episode. That's pretty
yeah,
balls
I mean, like
to the
he's
wall.
just absolutely crazy, and so I'm just kind of like, I was waiting for more. I was waiting for him to be crazier because what? This kid's like what, 16, 17, 18? I used to work in a high school for kids who were wards of the state, and they used to like on the regular break windows and try to choke me when they were 14. A little bit of my biography, everybody. So I'm just kind of like, truth is stranger than fiction, and this is very tame what we're seeing in the show. So I'm just like, if this guy is crazy,
I'm
be
not
crazy.
Yeah.
I'm not convinced. I don't think
I mean,
it's the Joker.
the
And then
part
we have the Red Hood tease next week.
Now we got
Yeah.
Red
Like
Hood.
it's like, come on, every week we're gonna get a new Joker tease.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
my main argument was I've never met such a lightly, fairly skinned Jerome, and I've known a
Yes.
lot of Jeromes in my
Yes.
time. Not sure about that name swap,
Yeah.
but you know, other than that, everything you said, everything you got good points going there.
Oh, one more thing I want to say really fast.
Is it about your boyfriend Pat Oswald?
Well, yeah, it is actually, because I want to talk about how like the makeup was like on point this episode. Like
Yeah.
I really like the subtle stuff that they did with the Joker, but like Penguin's getting kind of ugly this episode. Did you see him covered in freckles this time?
Counter
I kinda
argument.
liked it.
I kind of have always thought he wasn't the most attractive of men that
Yeah.
I've seen, especially when
mean
he's up against like Ben McKenzie and
You
people
mean
like
like
that.
the
Like,
actor or the?
just in general. I mean, you know, just as a human being. But now I'm gonna give this back to you.
It's
Dave.
that nose.
You know, it's just something. I don't know. But Victor Zsasz.
Oh
we
yeah,
got some
my
Victor
boy Zsasz is back.
Mhm.
I want to know what he did to Butch.
Yeah.
Did he neuter him?
We need to know what happened to Butch.
He gave him dance lessons.
No,
Yeah.
He beat him. He beat him in the basement for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
He made him into a robot.
Do you think maybe he interrogated and or questioned him as well, maybe as to the whereabouts of Fish or something?
I mean, I think they probably pulled all the information they could and then
Yeah.
they just beat him into submission. I bet you there's going to be some like really dramatic scene towards the end of the season where Butch and Fish are reunited and he takes his shirt off and he's just got scars all over from like
Yeah.
whatever Zsasz did to him. And
God, I
then,
hope
Or-
Butch doesn't take his shirt off. I don't think anybody would want to see that.
I don't know. Butch is looking pretty good.
Or
He's
what
pretty
if
light
he
on his feet.
reveals that he's a double agent too? You
Who?
know, the Butch is a double agent too. He's like, I fooled them all. They thought that I
I
was.
feel like he is still though. You know, I feel like he's a tough guy. He killed his childhood friend in the seat like with no
Yeah,
remorse.
right?
Like the guy's got some balls. I mean, you
Yeah.
saw he stood up to Zsasz and the vixens that he was with. I don't know who they
The
were.
vixens.
That were like right
ladies.
behind him, and he was like, you know what, go Fish. I'm loyal to you.
Go
Do your
Fish.
thing.
Well,
so
I don't think he's got balls anymore. I think Zsasz literally.
yeah. Well, after seeing the jig that he did when Oswald was like,
Hello,
do a
my
dance for me,
baby.
Yeah.
and he was just like,
There's a lot
yeah.
of freaks on this show.
I don't know about that. part.
I want you to dance for me. I would
Yeah.
just been like bark like a dog. or
And
something.
I thought you'd have something to say about that Carol Kane on stage.
Oh, of course,
you know,
I
you
love
you
Carol
some
Kane.
Carol.
I love Carol Kane. You know, she's actually
Beautiful
like an
singing
amazing
voice.
singer. Yeah, and how funny it is that like both the owners of that club put their mamas on stage.
Right,
Kind of funny.
right. Well, that seems like the thing to do. And you guys, don't move. Get your friends, get everybody to subscribe. Check us out on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and hashtag Gotham AS if you got anything to say. We'll be right back.
Just in case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live,
Just in case you missed it live.
oh, just in case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live, I'm doing something right now.
So we're all super excited. This is dancing.
So what would that be, like a 7?
I cannot. I literally cannot. You guys have got to get it together.
Don't hate the player, don't hate the game. Hate the contract you didn't get.
He's a coward. He's a giant chicken shit.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's gonna be like hurricane. Whoa.
Watch out for those girls. They are gagging them.
Hold the phone,
Hold on.
bro.
Ben, that the more brutal you are, the more power you have.
Right.
That was sexy. It was hot. It was heated. I was into it.
You are gonna be the most high-paid hooker in the world.
Go ahead and invite your friends and everybody. Tell your mama. Tell them go ahead and turn the stove off and get up on the computer so we can get on the stream.tv.
Thank you again for joining us, and until next week, bye-bye.
Welcome back, guys, and I'm glad you're still here. Hopefully you guys are in the chat, making sure you're making friends along with us. Yeah. And a couple of things I forgot to mention before we went on that quick break, the Hellfire Club. Now, I'm more of a Marvel fan myself, even though my favorite hero is Flash in DC. The Hellfire Club we thought of was the Phoenix Saga one. The whole White Queen
Dark
and
Phoenix Saga, yeah.
But that's obviously not the one they're referring to.
Kevin Bacon.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm assuming, I don't know if there is one in DC or not. We did a little research, didn't find much, but Tommy, you said there was a what?
There's a real Satanist club called the Hellfire Club.
Oh.
In like the real world?
Yeah, and there's a movie in Hellfire Club from like 1961.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, now that we've cleared that up, okay, I'm trying to catch all the topics. We're going to move on to fan question number 1, which comes from @CycloneCarlos.
Hey.
Do you think Bruce, the Whale, and the Bats would be a season finale moment? I will have to say, Cyclone Carlos, that I do think that would probably be like the last or before last episode, something to get us like, oh, it finally happened. Now we got to see the last episode. You see what I'm saying? I see that. What you think, David?
I think that, I mean, if things go the way we want them to go, then yes, that would be great. But the way Gotham writers are, I have a feeling that Bruce confronting the board, somebody's going to drop him down the well, and Alfred's gonna come save him. I don't know. It'll make.
That's a good hunch. I didn't even think of that.
It'll just do something to piss me off. I'm sure.
Yeah. Something that will make you slam your head against the table.
Yeah.
That'll be the.
Also, I think that would be a great ending for fans for the season finale. But because this is supposed to be Jim Gordon's show, the last scene of the season finale should be Jim Gordon.
Okay.
I know, right?
Should be Jim Gordon doing something because it's his show.
Yeah.
And they keep trying to divert it away.
Second to last, and then the last one's Jim. Maybe Jim climbs and gets him out.
We got so many storylines in the season.
I know,
you got to close all of them up by the end of the season.
And just when you think that they end some, they'd start them up again.
throw
Like I
it
thought
over.
that Fish was done. I thought her reign was over, but no, she's back in it.
Which still,
Barbara
guys,
too.
if you can
And
find
Barbara's
out
back.
who the African Bombada that we saw on that episode, if you can figure out who that was, 'cause I still
Or
don't know.
Wakanda.
Yeah.
He might be the manager.
You never know. Hashtag
Maybe he's the
Gotham
doll maker.
AS. Hashtag Gotham AS, please.
Yeah.
And remember that they didn't say, they're saying you're going to go meet the manager. Manager's not the boss. Manager is the person.
Middle
that is in
management.
charge.
Yeah.
So the manager might be that dude.
Maybe.
Could be that dude.
Yeah.
Fan question number 2 comes from @JustSomeGuy. Which background do you think they'll use for the Joker? This is going to be an interesting
I'm
one.
going to say son of a snake lady at a circus. Kills the snake lady. Gets brought into justice by a psychic and a doctor.
With a
Isaac.
hat.
Cicero.
Paul Cicero.
Cicero.
By the way, go do your DC research.
Think about the demon Etrigan. That's
Yep.
a hint right there for you. I worked on that myself. What you think, David? What background do you think they're going to use for the Joker?
Like I said, I don't think that today's episode was the Joker. Next episode, we have the Red Hood, which is another possible Joker origin story. We've already seen the Killing Joke as a possible, in the first episode. Who the hell knows? Like,
Right.
I mean, I really don't know.
But they should have a Joker on this show eventually. I don't think it
Never.
should be this season.
There should never be a
I
Joker
don't think so either,
until there's a
because
bat.
I
There
think
should
so
not
too,
be a Joker without a
because the
bat.
problem is, I think that people are already going to be like, who cares about Jim Gordon? Who cares about anything but the Joker? He's just too much of a scene stealer.
I think they shouldn't have it this season. And I said this on another show, so I don't want to be confusing. But they should eventually have the Joker on this show. Like, why not? It's a DC Universe show. The Joker is probably the most popular, maybe Lex Luthor, one and two, supervillain in the DC Universe. Why would you not have him on your television show when the whole point is to get people to watch? And you know what? What negative or positive, they're going to talk about it. The Joker's on the show. We hold the Joker precious now because of Jack Nicholson and Heath Ledger. Like, we hold him as this, like, precious, unplayable character. But there was a time when the Joker was like a laughable, like the dude from the 60s,
Mark
was his
Hamill
name?
for
Sid
me.
Caesar or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, he had a mustache. They
Yeah.
painted over because he wouldn't shave his mustache for his like real life. Like, it's not like the Joker has become precious over the last 25 years. 50 years prior to that, that's probably not the right math. Like, it was like fine, like whatever. Have stunt cast the Joker for an episode and have him like go off to jail at the end. Like, I think go ahead and have a less powerful Joker in this. Like, he doesn't have to be this like demigod that we put him up in the comics and movies now. Just have it like a lamer Joker for, quite frankly,
man.
a lamer show like than a Batman show.
Well, he put
No,
it out
you
there on the
make
table.
you make a great point, but I mean, like it or not, he is a demigod to us right now. So I think that
That is
you're
the
going to piss
biggest
a lot of
trump
people off.
card that this show has, other than Bruce putting
That's a
that
good
suit
point.
on.
Yeah.
That's a great
That's
point.
true. Well, now that Tommy has definitely cleaned up shop on that question right there, I hope that answered it for you. We got fan question number 3, which comes from @Bert Cleaverhook. Do you think we'll see some variation of Anarchy, who's around Bruce/Cat's current age in Gotham, in the near future?
We all look at David. We're like,
Yeah, we all look at David like, who's Anarchy?
I know what Anarchy is. I'm not too sure who he was.
So Anarchy he was like a child philosopher prodigy.
Uh-huh.
Hold on, I'm trying to remember. And the answer to the question, no, I don't think we're going to see him because Anarchy's like 13 or 14 in the comics when he fights Batman.
So he's not even.
He's significantly younger than Batman anyway, so I don't think we'll see him. Or unless he's talking about the newer versions of Anarchy that they rebooted in the New 52, and maybe, but even then, in the New 52 reboots, Anarchy was a villain for Robin, so you still have to have a Batman around for even a Robin to exist. Maybe, maybe not, but I think the concept of Anarchy as a character who is anti-capitalist, anti-government, anti-establishment, because he believes in, this is the original Anarchy, he believes that the society is corrupt and he wants to bring down the corrupt businessmen. I think that's right up the show's alley right now, especially with what Bruce is doing. So, I mean, you never know. I mean, look at our Joker today, so we can definitely see Anarchy.
Well, there you go. I mean,
Anything
it
goes.
seems like it's a possibility, of course, but it would be a little bit more logical from what you're saying to happen during the Batman time. Well, guys, on that note, I do want to give a quick Twitter shout out to @earlobesonfleek. Happy birthday, everybody! If we can give him a big happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Well, he says it's on Wednesday, but I'm gonna just shout him out today. So happy Wednesday birthday.
Can't wait for Wednesday, earlobes.
You know what
I
I'm
can't
saying?
wait.
What day is it? What day is it? I had to go there. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Hope Day.
But guys, go ahead and subscribe to us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and don't forget to hashtag GothamAS whenever you got something to say, whether it be a question, a criticism, a statement. We don't care. We love it all. Bring it on, people. And also, got to give a shout out to @Gotham themselves, because without you, we would not exist. @Gotham on 5.
And our Gotham buddies, Gotham
You know,
Addicts.
@Bam Smack Pow. Okay, we can't forget those people.
Love you guys.
And if I'm forgetting you right now, I do apologize, but just know we have nothing but love for you.
And all of our friends in the YouTube chat. It's always good to see you, Blue. You need to be like our unofficial moderator or something like that. And Leo and Eric Curto, Irvin Payne, Lol Ryan, the Kid, Lol, Martin Sevchek's good to see you again. And I saw Ashay Nagar. So good to see you regulars. It's nice to see your familiar faces. We love you.
Guys, thank you for coming out. And hopefully you can come out again next Monday, because we're going to have something else for you. See you guys next time on the Gotham AS. Deuces.
Goodbye.
Join the conversation for your favorite TV shows. Hit us up on the stream.tv or subscribe on the YouTube channel. Also, don't forget, send us all your questions and everything on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, whatever social media you got. If you don't got one, send a pigeon with a letter. We're going to be right here.